So it's really no surprise that after President Trump's speech at the United Nations, Kim Jung Un is threatening that he's going to surely and definitely tame him, and that Donald Trump and the United States will pay dearly for this. And you know, we've heard him saber rattle over the years, but everybody has to start to realize that this is getting serious, that he has fired his missiles over Japan twice already, and I think he's detonated 6 nuclear weapons already. As a matter of fact, when I was posting the earthquake videos just the other day, last week, in Dutch Sense's live stream, he captured one of the North Korean nuclear detonations happened right in the middle of the live stream.
On what's hitting and what's missing. Okay? Oh, new 6.2 earthquake just struck in North Korea at the nuclear test site. Hold on. Alert. 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 North Korea nuclear test site. Everybody put on the brakes. Get out the sound the alarm. Sound the freaking alarm. A 6.2 earthquake in North Korea at the test site. I guarantee it's near that test site. 840 people in here right now. You get to see history being made. Okay, here's the earthquake.
So we know for a fact it is, you know, he does have nuclear weapons and he does have the missiles to deliver them. Beyond that, I'm going to post several dreams and visions. This is Paul Bagley, and he did a little alert talking about that North Korea was going to test a nuke or another ballistic missile on September 23rd. And whether it's the 23rd, the 24th, whether it's October, it's just odd that all of this is lining up in the fall of 2017. And so I'm going to put a string of dreams and visions, because I had a vision, it was 17 years ago of this. So you people who are saying, oh, everybody, it's just because you're seeing North Korea on the news. No, absolutely not. Mine had nothing to do with that. I would have never in my wildest dreams thought about something like nuclear detonation on American soil. I had mine back before 9/11. I could have never even imagined the 9/11 attack would have happened back then in the 90s. So now we can, but back then, no, I had it. It was from the Lord. It is what it is. And there are literally thousands upon thousands of people getting the same exact recurring dreams from the Lord, and they're posting them online. So you can go see that we're all seeing the same event.
I had a dream last night that I was in a facility with other people, and there had just been a bomb that went off in the United States. It was a nuclear weapon. A nuclear weapon went off in the States, and it came from North Korea. And to retaliate, the United States in turn nuked a city in North Korea. And in my head, and I haven't really looked at a map thoroughly to see what city this could be. I didn't see it spelled out or anything, but I saw the city was Kai Song or Kai Sin. It was started with a K and it ended with an N. Okay, so then we knew another nuclear weapon was going to come back, and for whatever reason, I kept picturing it going to be detonated in Florida.
On August 7th, 2016, I had a dream that we were at war with North Korea, and it was all on TV. My TV was on CNN, and it had the words across the screen, you know, on CNN, that we were at war with North Korea, and I was like scrambling looking for a gun in my house for some reason, but that was just like a quick little dream, and then it ended.
In this dream, ladies and gentlemen, the Lord took my spirit. I think it could be North Korea. I was in this massive open field. In front of me was the president of North Korea. I forgot his name. Then behind him, about 200 feet away, was President Putin and the president of China. Like they were waiting in line. And North Korea, in front of him, came up out of the ground, this huge missile. And on the missile, it had a timer. And it started off with 12 12K. And in my spirit, I said, okay, 12K, it means we've got a bit of time. Then the Holy Spirit rebuked me and said, we don't have time. Watch the timer. Then I saw 12K. Then it went to 11K. Then it went to 10K, and as soon as it reaches 9, it was 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. When it reached 7 seconds, the Holy Spirit said, run. As I began to run away from the scene, I found myself outside my home, and I went inside my house, and my husband said to me, have you heard the news? North Korea is about to strike. And I said, yes, what are we going to do? So we were trying to fill the water up in the bath to say, you know, just in case, at least we can hide. And we just begun to say, the Lord will have his way, let the Lord work. All of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, the bomb went off. Absolute, total annihilation. North Korea released the bomb. When we went outside, where I'm living currently, the windows were blown out. Debris every single where. And our neighbor then came to us and said, look, we've got to leave the area because it's not safe. The government is warning everyone to come out of their homes and go into FEMA camps.
News anchor for CBS News. And in this dream, she was telling the things that were going to happen in the future. But the last thing that she said was that the President of the United States had declared war against North Korea. Now that's been all of these years coming to pass.
In my dream, I saw Daegu, the city of about 4 million, south of the capital Seoul, reduced to rubble. There was not a building standing, and the devastation was complete. In the dream, I was working with some US military friends of mine, and we were loading trucks with food and supplies from the military storehouses. At the time, I was working as an English teacher in South Korea. I had no idea of the threat of North Korea.
The specialized missile, and let me tell you what the Lord showed me last night. After North Korea released this missile against the U.S., missile that the U.S. think they don't have, let me tell you this, the U.S. right now are completely ignorant that the North Korea have this technology to make this missile so intelligent and so specialized. Let me tell you what happened last night. Last night, this is what the Lord showed me. I seen the North Korea releasing this missile. Okay, this missile cannot be caught by our radar here. Okay, the CIA and FBI, I was seeing them going nuts, trying to figure out who has sent this missile, because they were going off everywhere in the United States, almost everywhere. They was just hitting this lane. Boom, an entire city was being destroyed. Hallelujah.
Well, yeah, it was a school basically. So we get the evacuation alarm, you know, saying that it's nuclear missiles on the way to the soils of America, which was an uproar of panic, you know, upon the people. So
but one thing I noticed was everybody was watching the news, everybody was in shock, everybody had fear in their eyes because North Korea had made a thermal nuclear war declaration against Britain and the United States. And so it wasn't just people in Britain freaking out, it was people in the United States as well, and all the other Western countries, but the United States and Britain were the two countries that I remember the most. And I heard the word thermonuclear war 3 times. And then I woke up.
I never thought, I really, honest and truly, I wrote this down because after I had this vision, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget any of it. But the truth was, I never really thought that North Korea could do that to us. I really thought that America was safe here. But when I saw that vision that Jesus, Yeshua, showed me, I realized that my thoughts were wrong. Cities, big ones in America, bombed and completely wiped out, okay? The towns were the ones who made it. The big cities looked lost.
It was quiet, beautiful sunny day, and all of a sudden I saw a flash to the northeast, and I turned to look at it, and there was a huge mushroom cloud rising over the horizon. I was trying to process what is this? Is it a bomb? Is it a meteor? Is it a volcanic eruption? And as soon as I'm looking at that, trying to reconcile what's happening, a second flash coming from the north. And same thing. I look to the north, and there's a huge mushroom cloud coming over the horizon. And I'm trying to reconcile what's going on. Are we under attack? And right then, a third flash to the northwest. So it went counterclockwise, just one after the other after the other. And then it's a fourth flash, which was to the west, sort of southwest. And it was, I just knew, like, we were under attack. These were major cities. And
the dream, I'm looking at the earth, but the section of the earth that I'm looking at, I'm not looking at the entire planet either, or the surface or anything. I'm looking at Central America, but from the sky. I can literally see the whole stretch of Central America, which makes up all the countries of Central America, and which is El Salvador, all the way to Panama, all the way up to Belize, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica. I saw them all, but I didn't say I was looking at the countries, or I didn't say the countries were involved in my dream, in my vision that I had. So I'm looking down at the earth, not the planet Earth. When I mean earth, dirt. I'm looking at Central America, and I see a boat over the surface of the Pacific Ocean. It was on the Pacific side of the ocean. It wasn't in the Gulf of Mexico, and it wasn't in the Atlantic Ocean either. So I'm staring down, and I see the boat in the Pacific. Now, if you look at the boat, you would think, like, that's not a military vessel. That's not a cargo ship. It's an ugly ship. It kind of looked like a fishing ship, but the best way I could describe what type of ship it was, I don't know if you guys ever watched Star Trek. Remember those freighter ships, starships they had on the Star Trek? It was kind of like that, but a boat. Because if I say a freighter, you guys thinking the containers, because I looked it up online, but it wasn't one of those. It was like something you would see at a fishing dock, at a dock, or at a port. It was just an ugly old boat. So then I see the boat right here. This is Central America, and I see the boat like this in my dream, because I'm looking down. I can see Central America, and the boat is like this. And suddenly the top of the boat opens up a launching pad. Mind you, in my dream, I'm watching this, and I'm seeing this event take place, and I have the memories of what's going on in the dream. So then, a launching pad opens up from the middle of this ugly boat. Trust me, if you saw the boat, you would not suspect anything bad about this boat. Just an old, brown boat. Suddenly, this launching pad of a missile comes out through the middle of this ugly ship, and it launches a missile into the air. Now the missile, Jaden, come here, mommy. The missile, my daughter's here with me. I'm babysitting. So then, in case you guys wonder what's going on. So then, a missile launches into the air, straight up into the air, flies over Central America, flies over the Gulf of Mexico, and I see the United States. Mind you, I see the landmass, brown and green trees. So anyways, it's like I'm staring down at the earth, but not quite there. Jalen. So then the missile takes a direct bullseye towards the middle of the United States. And in the dream, before the missile hit the ground, I never saw the explosion though. But I immediately knew in the dream, because I had the memories, that North Korea had striked an attack on the United States with a nuclear missile right at the United States.
So the Lord gave me another dream, and in that dream I was in a backyard and I was with the leader of North Korea, Kim Jung Un, and he looks at me real sinister looking and he says, "Come here." And I follow him and we go to a deck, and from what I can see was a bunch of missiles. But in my dream I was thinking, oh, these are weak missiles, this ain't enough to do nothing. And then he says, "Come here," and then we go crawl underneath the deck to what we can't see, and we can see it, and there's a bunch of powerful nuclear weapons. And in my dream they were meant to be powerful enough to wipe out the United States. And I believe that the Lord was showing me that people are underestimating the United States, Kim Jong Un's weapons, and how far they can't even reach us. I know I've been reading that, and oh no, I think he's got something up his sleeves. And I believe that Russia and Iran and China, they're probably not on his side now, but they will be on his side. I had dreams of Russia and Iran and China back in Christmas time, 2016. That was a powerful month. I had dreams every night. And I believe that we are living in the last days, and we will be attacked by these. I just can't believe that I see it now on TV, because I've had so many dreams of this happening, and it's here. And I just want anybody who is listening to this, give your life to Jesus, because there's so much deception in this world, and it's so easy to be deceived by